How can we make a mobile responsive website without using any kind of CSS frameworks? Then, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hello guys! So today we're going to learn about the responsive web design using CSS media queries. So basically, yung CSS media queries, this is the CSS technique that we're going to use to implement a mobile responsiveness of a website. Okay? But before that, pag-aralan muna natin ano ba yung sinasabing responsive web design. Okay, so what is responsive web design? Responsive web design makes your web page look good on all devices. Responsive web design uses only HTML and CSS. A web page should look good and be easy to use regardless of the device. So let's say you're trying to browse on a desktop or laptop, ito yung magiging itsura niya. Then if you try to browse it on a tablet, ito naman yung magiging itsura niya. Then on a phone, ito naman yung magiging itsura niya. So isa lang yung website na ginawa natin dito, but of course, nag-adapt siya based on the device na ginagamit. So, dapat maging maayos pa rin siyang tingnan, madali siyang gamitin. So, regardless of the device na ginagamit mo. Okay? So, ito na yung tanong natin kanina. How can we make a mobile responsive website without using any kind of CSS framework? So, first thing, there are two things na isa-set up natin. First is yung sinasabi nating viewport. But let's try to know first what is viewport. The viewport is the user's visible area of the web page. The viewport varies with the device and it will be smaller on the mobile phone than on a computer screen. So if ganito yung mga website mo from desktop, from tablet, and from your phone, yung visible area is from this part until this part. Kung sa tablet naman, this part until this part. And sa phone, dito until dito. So, kung saan nakikita yung website mo, regardless of if we try to resize yung isang browser, then that's the visible area. And, therefore, that's the viewport of your website. Okay? Okay, so ito naman kung paano natin isa-set up yung viewport. So, this is the sample code na ilalagay natin sa HTML natin sa part ng head tag. Then, a meta viewport elements gives the browser instructions on how to control the page's dimensions and scaling. Then, yung width device width man sets the width of the page to follow the screen's width of the device, which will vary depending on the device. Okay, so kung nasa desktop kayo, of course, yung width niya mas malaki. Then, kung nasa phone kayo, of course, yung width niya mas maliit. Then, yung initial scale naman, which is equals to 1.0, sets the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded by the browser. So, this is the second thing na ilalagay natin, or second thing na we need to set up if you want to manage the responsiveness of the website, which is the media queries. So the media queries is a CSS technique introduced in CSS3. It uses the @media rule to include a block of CSS properties only if a certain condition is true. So we have here yung mga sample natin. So for a phone, ito yung usually ginagamit ko na media queries to indicate that particular part of the screen is only for phone. So yung mga styles dito intended only for phone, unless it will be override by the other media queries. Ito naman for tablet, ito for laptop, and ito naman for desktop. Okay? So ito yung mga gagamitin natin all throughout our development sa ngayon on implementing the responsiveness of the website using the CSS media queries. Okay? Okay, now let's try to jump to our codes. So, we have here yung HTML codes na kung saan nilagay ko na rin yung meta element natin for the viewport. Then, we also have yung link dito for the CSS. So, gumawa na rin ako ng another external file for the CSS na kung saan dun ko ilalagay yung mga media queries ko. Okay? So, ganun yung ginawa ko para at least kung gusto kong ibalik sa default style niya, I can just easily remove this one o di kaya remove the code here. Okay? Then, ito naman yung website na ma-manipulate natin. So, to test the responsiveness of our website, basically, we're just going to resize the site. Parang ganon. Or, di kaya, we can do other thing. Yung ganito, dito natin i-resize para at least makikita natin yung mga code dito if we need to get some code, especially yung CSS na part. Or, we can use yung itong device toolbar natin dito on specifying a phone, mga devices. Okay, so on my end, I will just use yung resizing of browser on trying to test if responsive na ba yung website natin. Okay? Okay, so ngayon naman, let's try to jump into our code. So, dito, we're not going to manipulate anymore yung HTML natin. Only thing na gagawin natin dito is to set up the meta element and the link tag. Okay? Then, we focus now on manipulating sa part ng ating styles. So, okay, let's start. Let me try to inspect kasi ito yung gagawin natin para makuha natin yung mga default codes pagdating sa desktop. So, first na gagawin ko is to manipulate yung container natin. Yung container. Ito. So, let me try to copy this code and paste it on the laptop. It's because this is the default style. So, the default style of the container should have a 1200 pixels for the laptop and desktop. So, basically, hindi ko na kailangan ilagay itong code dito kasi yung mangyayari, since na-implement to dito, then pagpunta dito, it will just adapt dito. Unless kailangan, pwede nating lagyan siya dito. Kung kailangan, then we need to edit this one. Pero kung hindi naman kailangan, then kahit nasa laptop lang siya, okay lang yan. Ngayon, gusto kong i-manipulate sa phone. So, yung gagawin natin, we were going to start at the phone version. So, papalitin ko to. Palitin muna natin. Yan. Then, gagawin ko siya mga about 100% of width. So, we start first at the phone because may sinasabi sa part ng mobile responsiveness na mobile first. Although meron na tayong default style for the desktop version, but since we're trying to manipulate the responsiveness of our website, now we start at our mobile. Muna yung sa phone. Okay? So, refresh natin to. Okay? So, you can see nag-iba na dito. So, let me try to remove as well yung margin top. Pero, kailangan, pagdating dito sa laptop, meron siyang margin top na 10. While dito, let's try to remove that one. Para, wala na siya dito. Okay? So, ngayon naman, yung gusto ko mangyari, gusto ko tong paliitin na logo at gawing center. So, let's me try to manipulate that one. So, let me manipulate yung header muna. So, yung header, pagdating dito, it should have a text align of left. Then, pagdating sa phone, it will have a text align of center. Save and refresh. Yan. So, ngayon, let's manipulate the image. So, for the logo here, should have at 80 pixels. While dito sa phone, gusto ko siyang lagyan ng about 50 pixels only. Refresh. Okay. Ulitin pa natin. Okay, so, proceed naman tayo sa nav. So, sa nav, gusto ko mangyari, I want it to be center. So, nav, dito sa laptop, meron siyang default na text align left. Then, pagdating sa phone, it should be text align center. Refresh. Okay. Then the next thing is yung mga link niya. So let me try to copy this one and paste it here. So yung i-manipulate lang natin dito, let's say yung margin, padding, yan. Then let me try to copy this one, lagay natin sa phone. Then yung dito, sabihin natin yung padding left at right is 15 only, then sabihin natin dito 7 naman. Save and refresh. Okay, so yung margin dito gusto kong palitan to. So sabihin natin from top is top 0 pixels while the pink 10. Okay, then dito I just want to make sure na it would declare muna yung margin 0 pixels, then after that yung margin right, para hindi masira yung logo natin yung link natin pagdating sa desktop version or laptop. Okay, refresh natin. Okay, then next is yung banner. So as we can see, meron ditong empty space, so that's part of the banner. So ito yung banner. Let me copy the code and punta tayo dito. So yung width niya okay lang, 100%, naka-float left, but yung minimum niya, yun ang papalitan natin pagdating sa phone. So gawin natin siyang 100 pixels only. Then refresh. Okay. Next is yung sidebar. So the sidebar, ito yung code. Let me try to copy, put it on my laptop version. Then let's try to copy this in the phone. So gawin natin tong 100%. Then dito yung minimum height will be 100 pixels only. Refresh. Yan. So okay na. Okay na siyan. So yung content area naman. So the content area will be this one. Ito siya. So let's try to copy this one and paste it here. Palitan natin to. Let me try to copy this one. Okay, then gawin natin 100%. Then yung padding, minimum height, sabihin natin 100. Then top is 0. Then left right is 20 pixels. Refresh. Yan. Okay. So the next thing na gusto ko mangyari is that yung image niya. Gusto ko naka dito sa taas at saka naka-center. So dito muna tayo. So ilagay ko muna sa desktop. Laptop version rather. Min height okay lang. So ito yung kukopyahin natin papunta sa phone. Then gagawin natin to 100% at I want to make sure na center align siya. Okay, fresh. Okay, so malaki masyado. So gusto kong paliitin yan. So I can manipulate yung image niya. So pagdating dito, yung image is naka 100%. So pagdating sa phone, gusto ko lang siyang lagyan ng about 70%. Refresh. Okay, yan. So dito naman tayo sa content part. Sa content, merong 75% width. So gagawin natin yang pagdating sa phone, babaguhin natin yan. So padding left. Okay, so copy. Ilagay natin dito. Then gawin ko tong 100% para full width siyang tingnan. Then yung padding, tingnan muna natin. Okay, so I would like to remove the padding or to place at 0 para ganito yung mangyari. Okay. Okay, then sa footer naman tayo. Footer widgets. Okay, so by default meron siyang 25% of width. Then, i-change natin yan from having a 25%, gawin natin 100%. Refresh. Okay. Then, palitan natin yung padding from having 20 of left and right, gawin natin 10. Yan. Check natin. Okay. So that will be for our mobile version. So now let's start with our tablet version. Ito yung mga size ng tablet. So as you can see, kung ano yung style na nasa phone, ina-adapt pa rin niya dito. Kasi nga, yung style dito is nandito pa lang. Now, pag punta dito, since wala tayong ginawang style dito, then it will just implement this style. Okay? So ngayon, since we want to manipulate, let's try to copy this one and put it here. Then, kung anong hindi natin kailangan baguhin, then i-remove na lang natin. So, kagaya nito, yung container, hindi na natin kailangan baguhin yan. Yung header. Pero yung logo, yes. So, gawin natin 80%. O, pixels rather. Balik tayo sa taas and refresh. Yan. Then, yung mga link, sabihin natin gusto kong gawing 20 pixels to. Spacing niya. Yan, lumaki ng bahagya. Then, yung banner, okay lang. So, I can just remove this banner. Then, sa sidebar, palitan ko. Gawin kong 30%. Fresh. Yan. Ngayon, yung content naman. Yung content area, gawin kong 70%. So, minimum width, okay lang. Minimum height dito, okay lang. Okay, save and refresh. Okay. So, gusto kong maglagay ng padding top of 20 pixels. Okay. Dito, malaki masyado. So, padding bottom, then padding left should be 0. Yan. Then, yung next na gagawin ko is that gusto ko yung tablet version dito should be float right. Float right o float left. Tingnan natin. Naka-float siya dito. Then, dito naman, gusto ko i-float right to. Para yung itong sidebar mapunta dito. Yan. Nandito na siya. So, yung next thing is ito namang image. Ibabalik natin sa gilid. Okay. The image should be gawin natin yung container is 25%. Refresh tayo. Okay. Then, yung image naman niya sa loob, gawin natin 100 para lumaki ng bahagya. Refresh. Yan. So, ito naman, ibabalik natin dito. So, lagyan natin ng 75%. Yan. Then, yung nagbalik natin yung padding left. Refresh. Yan. So, ngayon, yung gusto kong mangyari, I want to remove the margin top ng H1 na to. Kasi as you can see dito, meron siyang 18.72 o 720 na margin top. So, that's the default. So, yung gagawin natin sa content na part, meron siyang H1. Then, ilalagay mo natin yung default margin top niya, which is yung 18.720 pixels. Then, pagpunta sa dito, gagawin natin 0 para yung maging output niya maging ganon. Okay? The next is yung footer. So, yung footer, balik ko sa 25%. yung widget niya. Okay. So, yun. So, this is our tablet version. Ngayon, let's try to put it back, pabalik sa laptop or desktop version. Tingnan natin mangyari. So, na sira dito. Okay, okay. So, as I remember, ito naka-float left, ito naman naka-float right. So, kaya napunta siya sa right. So, yung gagawin natin pagdating sa content area, lalagyan natin ito ng float left. Kasi sa tablet, kung makikita natin dito, we implement the content area of having a float right na style. So, we need to make sure na pag-abot dito sa pagdating sa laptop version, naka-float left na siya. Okay? Nasave ko ba? Hindi ko ba nasave? Sorry. Then, refresh. Yan. So, balik na siya. Okay, so this is for the laptop version. Now, let's try to resize. Okay, almost done. So, may napansin lang ako. From dito, smooth tingnan dito, pero sumasagad pa rin siya. Nakikita nyo na dadagdagan. Nagkakaroon ng scroll bar dito, which is hindi yan maganda. Then, okay na dito yung sa tablet. So, from the laptop version, we need to manipulate the container. So, yung 1200 pixels only takes up sa desktop. So, dito dapat, lagyan lang natin ng about, sabihin natin 95% of the width pagdating sa laptop. Para, from that point, nasagad siya. Once I refresh this one, yan. Mas naging smooth ng tingnan. Yan. Okay? Yan. So, I think that's it, guys. So, we are already done with our mobile responsive by using yung CSS media queries. Okay, so I hope you learned something new today, guys, regarding our topic for today, which is making a mobile responsive website by using yung CSS media queries. Okay, so just like I always say, guys, just keep practicing para masanay tayo sa paggawa ng mga website and never stop learning. Okay, so let's call it a day. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.